Hello, everyone. The overall market is bullish this week. The IWM hit 210. The SPY hit 518, just like I said it would. I'm bullish this week on the market. Then after this Friday, I believe next week we should get a pullback. I'm going to explain my thought process of why these things are going to occur. We're going to take a look at the large tech stocks, the S&P, the NASDAQ, the Russell, as well as the dollar. And yeah, today's video should be nice, short, simple, and sweet. And if you guys enjoy the content, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and do all that good stuff. All right, so without further ado, let's get started with the video. First and foremost, Tuesday is very, very important. We're going to get a lot of important news Tuesday at 8:30 a.m. prior to the market open. And also then on Friday, we get Opex, which is the option expiration for basically multiple different types of contracts. When that happens, after that occurs, usually we are bearish. It's happened time and time again in history. After the monthly Opex, things become bearish. All right, so not necessarily for a long period of time, but in the short term, it becomes bearish. So this entire week, we could chop around, especially based off of this news on Tuesday. The market could get a pullback, but overall, in my opinion, we won't really get that big of a crack until after Friday. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, we're taking a look at Apple. So Apple has been a big loser. It has been very overextended to the downside in terms of the Bollinger Bands, and usually when that occurs, it leads to a bounce. All right, so on Friday we did get a bit of a bounce. Apple was one of the only tech stocks that ended up green, and it just goes to show that money is flowing into Apple. We almost filled this gap from March 4th's low. 173.79 is the low of this gap. We ended up hitting 173.70 on Friday, so we were 9 cents away from filling the gap. And it just goes to show that money is flowing into Apple while money is flowing out of chips. Okay, so in my opinion, overall, it should end up, bouncing a bit. I do see 176, 177 on the horizon on Apple. But in the short term, we could end up chopping around. We could end up making another low as well. But all in all, if we do end up really, really falling very dramatically on Apple of all stocks, what could end up happening is something like this. So we end up making another low. Once people become very, very bearish, once people sell their longs, stopped out, everything, then it ends up bouncing. So that's this is something that could end up happening here on Apple. But yeah, we just have to see. So far, our intuition of getting into these losers has been good. Google was also a similar stock that was beaten down, and Google also got some love. So essentially, that's what's going on in the market. The other thing that I was showing was NVDA and AMD, basically the leaders, the large chip stocks. Money was going to flow out of those and come into the loser tech stocks. So they were going to go into Apple, they were going to go into Google, and currently they're trying to keep Tesla above this 173. But that's my thought process. Money is going to come out of the loser large tech stocks, go into the money's going to come out of chips, NVIDIA, AMD, go into Apple, Google, and the losers. Okay, so we have to see how long that's going to continue and whether it's going to be a big enough bounce. Things are sort of simple at the moment. It's not that complicated. To make things, to have a bit more fun, basically, we could take a look at the S&P in particular. Prior levels of support, prior levels of resistance are going to be important support, right? So the 510 area on the S&P and 508 are going to be major levels of support on the S&P. Obviously, this is not a bullish setup. This does not look bullish, okay? Obviously, this does not look bullish. But in all fairness, neither did this. Neither did this. Neither did this, right? So buyers are still in the market. We are right at all-time highs. It feels really difficult to be newly long on these indices it's much easier for bulls to start being long essentially tech stocks that have gotten beaten down, gold, and energy stocks. So honestly, like, we really truly, it's very, very simple. There's, this is a very short video so far. It's only been 5 minutes. There's not much really to look at except Tuesday, when news is going to occur, and post Friday Opex. Post Friday Opex, there's almost an 80% chance that we end up being red for that next week. So this Friday is March 15th, right? For the week of March 18th, statistically, we have almost an 80% chance that we are bearish for that week. So that is my thought process. And it's really not, I made a YouTube video prior showing all of the different times that we had Opex, and what ended up occurring afterward, and we were bearish and it ended up working. So yeah, pretty simple stuff. The IWM is continuing to lead in terms of indices strength. The IWM is the biggest winner. We're not even including talking about the fact that the loan program that the Fed gave these small banks is going to expire on Monday, expire tomorrow. So there's still a lot yet to be seen, a lot of ambiguity. This is my thought process. We're long on Apple. We're long on, the losers. That's what you should be doing instead of trying to go short. It's not the time to start going blatantly short. It's the time to take profits on your longs, wait for a reset in terms of swings, wait for a pullback, and then go long. We're also long the IWM. So, yeah, things are going pretty well, and I can't complain. We're trading very, very well in the group. We're making a lot of money, and we're doing it in a very, very safe, sufficient, tangible way that is very easy to consistently make money. And it's a blessing. So if you guys want to gain access to the group, in the meantime, the link is in my bio or in the comment section. Go ahead and do that. As far as the video today, there's nothing really else to talk about. So I hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Love you guys. Take care. Have a good one.